Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Boy, is it good to be back. I haven't made a video in about a week. I really do apologize for that. I got caught up in work. As you can see, I'm back in the office today. Just trying to catch up. But thank you for everybody for your patience and for the emails. I really do appreciate it. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 watches that I noticed as a watch dealer don't hold a lot of value or don't hold value well, but as a watch collector, they are fantastic watches and fantastic buys, and maybe something you could take advantage of if you're not extremely conscious of resale value. Now, of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm still wearing my Panerai 111, one of my first ever watches that I bought. Love this thing to death. It's definitely super beat up, but that is the way I like it. A few battle scars. And also, guys, for DelReyWatch.com, there's no particular watches I can tell you go check out right now because we've added over 100 watches to our inventory in the past month. I mean, everything from small brands like ZRC, Dubuis and Chaldenbrand and FP Journe to big boys like Omega, Ulysse Nardin and IWC. I mean, we have literally never had this many new watches up on DelReyWatch.com. I suggest you go check it out. I like to think our prices are pretty great. Our selection is definitely getting better. And even if you're not in the market, it's just a fun way to kind of window shop. I know, before I ever really bought any watches, I spent hours looking at them myself. So that's at DelReyWatch.com, a link in the description below. So yeah, guys, 3 brands in no particular order that I think make fantastic watches, but are severely undervalued in the market today, which means you can pick them up pretty inexpensively compared to their retail price. The first one I'm going to mention is a watch I used to own a long time ago, well, a brand or a version of a brand, and that is Chopard, but not only any Chopard, the LUC from Chopard, the LUC line. Now, this line is like a sub-brand inside of Chopard. By the way, Chopard, an independently family-owned brand. Wow, I'm really out of practice. And LUC are their highest timepieces. I mean, in-house movements, Fleurier quality, high complications, micro rotors. I think, was it Philippe Dufour said that the LUC 196 movement was one of the most fantastic automatic movements he's ever seen. And unfortunately, when people think Chopard, they think happy diamonds, they think sports watches with 7750s, they think jewelry, they forget LUC. I mean, you can pick up some of these watches for $5,000 or $6,000 that compete with $20,000 to $30,000 quality watches. Everything from their Pro Diver 1 on their low end all the way to their minute repeaters and their twin moons and their perpetual calendars on the high end. If you're a watch geek, you love mechanics, you love superb finishing, LUC by Chopard is something you should absolutely check out. And if you haven't heard of it before, do a little bit of research. They are truly fantastic watches. Next, I'm going to go with a brand I've mentioned before and a brand I love and own, once again, Girard Perregaux. Particularly the discontinued stuff. Now, GP, one of the oldest watchmakers in the world, now owned by the Kering Group, who also owns Gucci, Ulysse Nardin, a few others, is a brand that's been making in-house complications and in-house watches for a long time, and they've also used ETA in the past. A brand with a lot of history and innovation, but unfortunately not a lot of respect, particularly in North America, even though I can tell you by looking at their movements, selling their watches, interacting with them for, over a decade, they are truly top notch. And the price does not kind of correlate with the quality. I mean, you can pick up like an ETA-based Girard Perregaux chronograph pre-owned for $1,700-$1,800, which, yeah, it's ETA-based, but still finished by Girard Perregaux, and the case is Girard Perregaux, everything else is GP. And that's a fantastic price, and you can start picking up their in-house non-complicated stuff at about $3,000, which, once again, not a little bit of money, but let's be honest, in the realm of luxury watches, it's a very small budget, and you really do get a lot of quality with Girard Perregaux. And if you go into the upper echelon, I mean, they make tourbillons, they make the constant force escapement, they make equations of time. I mean, guys with real watchmaking chops. And I think people need to start paying a little bit more attention to Girard Perregaux. Now, last, I'm going to say a pretty common brand, but with a little bit of a twist. Zenith. Federico, everybody talks about Zenith. I'm so bored of another list with Zenith. Yes, fine. El Primero's great, but we're not going to be talking about the El Primero. I want to talk about Zenith's ugly stepchild in the line, the Elite, the non-chronograph version of their in-house movement. Their moon phases, their power reserves, their ultra thins, their GMTs, basically everything Zenith makes that does not have a chronograph, because they're very well known for their chronographs, but the Elite gets no love. And here we have a very thin movement that could fit in the smallest dress watch, that could be put, that can take on top of a ton of modular complications. And guys, you can pick up an Elite for around $2,000 or less for an uncomplicated one. And if you have a budget of $5,000, you can pick up almost any Elite in the entire range that's not gold. And it's fully in-house, and it's made by Zenith, and it's just as good as an El Primero. Anyway, guys, those are just 3 watches I want to talk about today. 3 brands, 3 things that I think you should pay attention to, and that you could get great horological bang per buck if you are open-minded. Guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Please don't forget to like if you enjoyed it. It really does help. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more content. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.